Good evening and welcome to my midweek recap video here for Apple and plan ahead for Thursday and Friday. This here is the plan that I had at the start of the week, looking for 187.5 calls approximately 2 weeks out in the future. You can see on the 15-minute basis, it's done nothing but a lot of chop. So on to my entry notes here. I entered into the 187.5 calls for 15 June at 325. Price action opened up very nicely, held above the opening 15 minutes. Looked like it was going to find support and break above the opening 30. Once it held support at VWAP. So took my trade there, got in, stop loss was low of the day, and held through all this chop. It's already put me in the red a little bit, added into that position here today. Once it reclaimed VWAP here at 285, it brought my average down to 311. It's not the most ideal level to be in at, but I'm still very confident in this pattern resolving itself to the upside, at least testing this uptrend, this upper end of the range resistance at about 189.5, which should put these a couple dollars in the money and at the very least profitable. Now zooming out to the 30-minute time frame and what I'm looking for as far as the plan for adding potentially lower into some supports if price action breaks this 186.5 level. I've taken my note off here to take a breakdown trade in this 185 level simply because the 21 EMA is now coming up very close to it. I'll treat this more as a support than as a breakdown level. If price action does come down, chop around this 186.5 and break below it, I will very likely take some 187.5 puts for next week for a nice little drop just to make some money back on this losing trade for these 187.5 calls. If price action does not hold the 21 EMA, I have my next level way down here at the 50 SMA, which is going to prompt me into taking these 175 calls approximately 2 weeks out. Depending on how price action affects this 50 SMA, it may actually trigger me into 177.5 calls about 2 weeks out, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens with price action at that level. Next level down, of course, the 200 SMA, I'll be looking at 170 calls about 2 weeks out in the future. For now, that's my trade plan for Apple on an intraday basis. Now over here to the daily time frame. Today's candle did set up in what can be referred to as an NR7 candle. That is a narrow range 7 candle. Basically means the price action today was the most narrow price action in the last 7 days. There's been 15 days of consolidation now, so it's probably the most narrow range in the past 15 days. What all that means is price action is being compressed. There's a battle going on, bulls and bears. Somebody's going to have to win at some point, and hopefully, for my benefit, it's the bulls and we rocket up higher, possibly up to around 200, maybe even that price target for this huge flag of about 215. So we'll see what happens going forward. Still several levels of support below that may get tested, may have to come down and fill all these gaps. We'll have to see what happens. But there's most likely going to be stop losses above today's high at approximately 188, 188.10-ish, and below today at about 186.75. So keep those levels in mind going forward tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. Have a good evening and good luck.